Hey everyone, Travis here on day 2 of week 10 of the EU LCS with Nyph of Alliance. You guys are now pulled ahead for probably about 20 minutes to the top of the standings of the EU LCS. Gambit technically behind you right now because they've got to replay their game against SK. But you took out SK, who used to be, you. So what happened in that game that allowed you guys to win?
I think why we won is because we were ahead in almost every lane. We got the first blood and we had like a really good dragon control, so we were ahead in global gold. And then we just played it slowly down and then just took every objective, Nasher after one team fight and then just snowball.
Now, talk to me about that Morgana-Leona matchup because we've seen a lot of this in North America, and I've actually had different supports tell me different things about which way that goes. So in that game, which way did it go, and does it always go that way?
I think usually the sense of the Morgana pick is that you black shield the CC of Leona, but if you actually engage on one target and then she black shield it and then you stun the other target, you usually win the fights because then Morgana doesn't do anything. So if you do that, then you usually win. And then we had the jungle there as well, otherwise we wouldn't have enough damage. And then we just got the first fight by this. And then that's how you have to play, but usually it's a skill matchup and it's usually in the favor for Morgana.
So you would say just early game, Leona can. Just reiterating what you said Leona can win early game because she can sort of bounce around between targets, but then Morgana might be stronger late.
Even later, like this, the thing is that you have to hit more like with the ulti more targets than one, so you can't black shield both. If you do that, then like when they cluster, like gather, then you just try to ulti as many as you can, so she can't black shield all of them. But if you try to hit one single target, then that's not gonna work. So I actually. Like we talked about in the champion select, Leona's a good pick here because it usually counters all the heroes he plays. Then I wasn't thinking about Morgana, and then I saw the Morgana pick, and I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna make it work. And we had to make it work.
Other than that, what you guys are now 8-0. I've interviewed multiple members of Alliance over the course of my couple of weeks here. I keep on asking what's allowing you guys to win so many, and I just get to ask a new member every time you guys increase that win streak. So really, why are you guys suddenly 8-0?
It's a good question. I think it has a lot to do with like how we play the game right now. Like we learned actually a lot, like what the other people in our team do, and on what we actually have to focus. We don't pick like on strong lanes anymore. We try to have like a good ban and pick phase. Everyone gives his input what to pick now, and I think we improved a lot in the ban and pick phase. Was allowed us to play even better.
Do you remember what the largest running win streak is in Europe? I think it's 9, right?
I think it was Gambit 8 or 9 last season, and this season Fnatic with 7. So if you're gonna win the next game, I think we are the longest winning spree in Europe.
So is that gonna happen?
I hope so. I can't tell you for sure, but if you keep on doing what we are doing, then it's gonna happen.
Well, why would you ever do anything that you haven't been doing?
Well, like because we have only 3 days of practice after this week, right? So we don't have much time for other things now because like the last 2 weeks, I don't know, we haven't trained as much as we should be probably even, and we're just gonna train more.
Now I understand Crepo is at the Alliance house right now. Have you been talking to him at all about support stuff, jamming together, sharing some information, some secrets?
Not too much. Like we talked a bit about the game, of course, like but not specific support matchups and bot lane. We talked a bit about the Falcor support. I think that's his name. Actually, I've never played him.
Valkazia.
Yeah, and but we said about it, it's like 808 hit or miss, so that's good.
Yeah, that's what Crepo was saying. Well, I mean, I'm surprised that you haven't been talking to him because I figure he's just got nothing but free time at the Alliance house. Like, it's not like he's busy doing anything there, right?
He was streaming at one time as well, so it's like he's busy. Then his girlfriend is there, of course. You have to spend some time.
The Alliance chef.
Yeah, you know how this works.
Earlier today, I went to the Hopfbahnhof, and the Hopfbahnhof. Are you familiar? It's Hopfbahnhof.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
It's the central train station. Yeah.
Hauptbahnhof.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay, that's what you said.
So everyone, if you are unfamiliar, I've noticed that most of the major cities in Germany have the Hauptbahnhof, and so I went there, bought a ticket to Paris. Have you been to Paris?
Once, yes. Yeah, we played there, but I've never been there for fun.
What did you think of it?
I don't know, it wasn't that beautiful, but we haven't that much time to spend there. So if I would have time, I would probably go to the usually sightseeing things there, and then I don't know. I haven't seen much.
Gonna go to Meltdown. Have you heard of that place? It's like an esports bar.
No, but you know how this is tough life in youth sports. You have the events area, but you actually can't visit those things, so it's kind of sad.
Well, the reason I bring up Paris is because All Stars is in Paris. Are you guys gonna go to All Stars?
That's our plan. That's what is the plan of the season. Like we didn't know that's gonna be like the Elsa thing, but the plan was to be first. And well, it's just the playoffs that matters, right? Like next week is like not even that important, but still for the seeding. But yeah.
Let's say you guys go into the playoffs. Let's say you just went into the playoffs tomorrow. Like let's say, right? It's like screw it, we're canceling Super Week. Playoffs start tomorrow. Are there any teams that you think would get in your way and that you'd be really nervous about from getting first place?
I think right now only Fnatic is in a good shape. Like after IM, they look pretty good. Even though at the finals they kind of got outpicked. All the other teams are a bit shaky and have like to work on some things. So it's actually only Fnatic right now.
Now, since this is my last day before I go back to NA, you just mentioned how you feel like every single team right now is kind of shaky, except for maybe Fnatic and you. Do you think that NA could take EU in a fight right now?
Like EU would win against NA, like Butter.
Yeah, NA won against EU and Boda.
Yeah, right.
It's funny how you just like let that just erase from your memory.
You know, it's like we got more wins but less points, so that doesn't matter. But it's like I think it depends on which teams would play. Like IM, for example, as well. I think they were good European teams, but probably not the ones that were in the best shape at that time. And same for NA, I think. If TSM would be there, probably been better results. I think Cloud9 even played really good, but yeah. So it's like I think Europe would win if all the good teams would play.
In the next 5 minutes, or for the next 5-10 minutes or so, however long, until Gambit beats Super Hot Crew, because it's very likely. Although now that I've said that on camera, that means Super Hot Crew will win, and I'll look like a jerk. But you guys are number one, so that means that you guys would probably face TSM. Could you take TSM in a fight?
I do believe so. Yeah, I think it comes down a lot to the mid lane because both teams are really mid lane oriented.
Yeah. We've got that hot new American Bjergsen.
Yeah, like really American. And so I think it really would come down to who wins the lane and would have more influence.
And you would say Froggen in that situation?
I believe so, yeah. He's doing really, really good right now.
Other than that, this is your last chance, Nyph, to send a message to all of the fans in North America, because, of course, no one in North America reads your Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. So let's just say that this is your only chance. What would you say to them after insulting their LCS teams?
They were insulting us?
Well, no, you just insulted their LCS teams, and you said we could beat them.
Yeah, well, you got Europeans even there, so I think it's like it's just got so global already that it might be that even Americans can come to Europe and the other way around. Yeah, so it's just a matter of time, I guess. So, but I don't know. I like even watching NA. I think they have like 3 really good teams, and you can't say that one region is better than the other because it really depends on the patch and which favors it and who's in a good shape. So
who are the 3?
TSM, Cloud9, CLG, I would say right now. Like the others are really shaky as well. They had like some roster changes, so we haven't seen too many in Europe though. I'm really glad actually that it really went away from this. So, what do I want to say?
I mean, I felt like that was what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I don't know what to say to the fans. I think it's just, I don't know. I just like to watch those games by myself even, so. But I'm of course proud to be a European, so I would always cheer for the European side.
Very good. Well, I'm glad we had this discussion. Do you have I feel like you don't know what to say, and that's what you said. So I feel like I should just give you the cop out of then signing out. So I'm going to do that.
Okay, let me say one last thing. Just cheer for what you like, but don't be mean to other people.
Like just as a general rule of thumb throughout life?
Yeah, exactly.
Not just in League of Legends?
Yeah.
Wise?
Yeah, wise words.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say wise words from Nyph, and then you took... So, hey, I really thought I agree with your statement about how your own words are wise words. You can check out the rest of our coverage of the EU LCS and more at ongamers.com.